I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Hey, man. Man. Hell of a year so far, man. Cat Williams, that interview is going to be relevant this whole year, man, because people are being exposed. People are beefing with each other. The culture explodes. Where's the positivity on social media, on YouTube platforms? Where's the positivity? Who's doing something like, I wouldn't be surprised when we get the presidents doing their thing on the run or whatever, and they have the debates and they have the town halls and they talking. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump socked Biden. It's been such a crazy year. The culture explodes, man. Beef tracks being released again. Like, we just covered the Kendrick and Drake. Like, I be wanting to talk about those things one time and leave them alone. I don't want to come into the next week and it be more of the same foolishness. Now we got Shaq releasing beef tracks, man. What type of time we on? The Game releasing beef tracks and we don't even know what he released them for. What he beefing with Ross for? Man, we about to get into the episode. The culture explodes, man. If you new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you've been here, I highly appreciate you, man. If you want to see us involved, donate to the channel, the Cash App at the bottom. And you know what I mean? If you put it as a donation, you can use it as a tax write-off. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
I remember at one time when artists, athletes, celebrities, actors, entertainers, they could create their thing and they could walk away and you'll never hear from them again. And the mystique from that would keep us interested in the person. Nowadays, an album isn't enough. A movie isn't enough. Winning the NBA Finals isn't enough. We want more. Because everybody is so easily accessible because of Instagram, YouTube, podcasts, books. Everybody is so easily accessible, people don't appreciate nothing no more. They don't appreciate nothing. The only thing they appreciate is what's getting the attention at the moment. And then after it's not getting attention no more, people just walk away from it like it never even existed. Some may remember, some may dwell on it, but everybody keep gravitating towards the new thing. This beef with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, I thought nobody could win it. Now the masses will say that Kendrick won. He won the beats, the rhymes, the lyrical capacity, the strategy. He strategically won that battle. But will it affect Drake's career? Soon we'll see, but I highly doubt it. Because we're on to the next thing, just like that. We're on to the next thing. Now, I was listening to Schoolboy Q in an interview talk about the state of hip hop.
I mean, yes, it's still good music, but what I'm saying is it's just oversaturated and it's just relationship based. And for the most part, it's cooked because it turned to content.
Yeah.
Like rappers are just content creators.
Content creators now. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, fuck an album. Shit, I'm giving you every fucking thing before, you know what I'm saying? I can give you anything. So
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking content creator.
Some fans will argue.
And I don't care if somebody get mad at me saying this either. Like you're not a rapper. You're a content creator. And I'm not talking about nobody specific. I'm talking about a lot of
people.
Hey, that's true. That's true, man. I'm trying to find a remix to this Shaq song so I can play it for y'all here in a moment after I give my perspective on that. Now, to me, I think that everything has went digital. The reason I play that is because everything went digital or it's going digital. And if you don't get ahead on it, the industry that you're surviving in, the industry that you became successful in, it's going to disappear. It's not going to be a physical thing no more. That industry will be thriving on the internet. Hip hop music is over. To be honest with y'all, I love it. I like listening to it. It's still going to be people that's going to get rich from it, but it's over, dawg. The record companies is over. So hip hop is going to be over. If the record industry is over, they're getting rid of positions left and right. Ain't no such thing as an artist developer no more, A&R. Ain't no such thing as a promotion team, a street team. Ain't no such thing as a lot of things that used to exist in music now. Everything is gone digital. Everything. The exec is digital now. Your executive producer is DistroKid, CD Baby, all of those platforms where you upload the music to the thing and it distributed for you for $25, $59 a year. They're making a killing off of that when they got 100,000 artists uploading their music. And they just distributing it to the platforms for you, making it simple. Now, when I heard Schoolboy Q speak, I could tell that those guys over there at TDE, they're real artists. They really like music. Kendrick Lamar is one of those artists. I don't know other things that they do successful outside of music. So when I listen to those guys speak, they passionate about it. They don't release that often. Like I remember at times when my favorite artist, I used to be like, golly, he ain't gonna never drop again. Now he's on Instagram with a new picture every day. Or he's in a new podcast, or he's doing an interview, or he's calling into somebody's show every day. So to me, that devalues the creativity because you can always get it. It's just a different time, man, for real. But I just want to make y'all aware of that so we can stay ahead, to be honest with y'all, so we can stay ahead or we can try to find a way to move forward, to keep it moving. Now let's get into this diss track, man. I want to hear this with Shaq on it. What's Shaq talking about? Him and Shannon Sharpe having a feud. Shaq had a rough week, though. Real talk. To me, he had a rough week because his wife talking about, I don't think I ever was in love with him. That's crazy. Let's listen to the record, though, man.
When it comes to Shaq hates every big man. If you haven't noticed, he does. He doesn't like the big man, rightfully so, because that's his position. He is, in his mind, he is the apex predator. No matter what no one says, we don't care. He don't care what you say. He don't care. You can throw all the championships and all that. If we lace him up, and we had to, in our prime, had to play against each other in our prime, he thinks he's the apex predator. Those awards hurt him. They irritate the hell out of him.
Yes, it's the MVPs, Gil. It's the MVPs because he only have one.
They didn't think that I would win, but I won.
Oh, you think you can say something about the teams and you ain't gonna say something back?
I got in.
You gotta have G14 classification.
I'm the best in the world.
I'm number one.
I'm the best in the world.
I'm number one.
I'm the best in the world.
Oh no, Shannon Sharpe, man, you're way beneath me. Your whole demeanor is faker than new rapper Beefy. You're soft, before you get fly, you rather tweet me. I was in 3 different cars when you was in 3 feet. All I see is dollar signs, they come in 3D. make it hot. Ain't no way around my degree. You are not in my spot, you are like a peewee. Shula got them calling me Rocky the way I reread. I get to the green bag, I don't mean a lawnmower. Jet flying, foreign driving, Best Buy and Donport.
Okay, I think that was a snippet. I ain't gonna play the rest of it. It was just a minute clip. I think that was a minute and 30 seconds on hiphopisreal.com. So I ain't heard the whole track yet, but to be honest with you, I would prefer Shaq take it to music than him get on platforms and just talk bad about Shannon Sharpe and everything. Like Shannon Sharpe, I ain't gonna bash Sharpe because I rock with Sharpe though. But me doing content and me doing podcasts, it makes me realize something. If you aspire to have your own show or you want to do a podcast, I want to tell y'all something. Like, you got to talk about the things that you interested in. That's why I think it's best for me to not have guests on my show, to not have a co-host and multiple people on my show because we don't have the same interests. And I'm liable to say something off the wall or they liable to say something off the wall, and I don't want my platform to be that. I want it to be an objective way. Like, man, I learned that from the boy Star. And the reason I want it to be like that because I don't want to be malice to nobody. I don't want to be talking crazy about individuals and stuff on my platform. Now, Shannon Sharpe talks a lot. He's on First Take. He interviews people on Club Shay Shay. He has Nightcap with Gilbert Arenas, Nightcap with Ocho Cinco. When you talk that much, things are not happening fast enough that is really of your interest for you to talk about. So you talking about everything that's going on. Like, it's certain things that don't need to be spoken about. I brush over a lot of stuff because my take might get my channel took down. My take might not be a positive take. My take, the takes that y'all probably want to hear, I probably don't even talk about them sometimes because it's just not of my best interest and it's not who I am personally to be bashing people. But I guess that's entertaining the folks and people like that. That's what gets the views, the clicks, and the like. People like beef. People like, you know what I mean, confusion. People like ignorance. People like stuff like that. But that ain't what this is over here. So what I want to say about Shannon Sharpe, sometimes you gotta quit talking about the tea, dog. Like, I'm not gonna address Shaq's ex-wife talking about I don't think I was really in love with him. That's not of my concern. You know what I mean? I don't even think she should have said that. I think that was nasty. I think she said it in a book or something or in an interview when she was being interviewed about the book, but that was nasty. This man been giving you all these millions and millions for years, raised your kids. I think he's finally off of child support. Now you upset because you ain't getting that bag no more. That might play a part in it, but I ain't sure. So the reason all of this stuff started is because Shaq addressed Nikola Jokic in his face while they was, I don't know if they were celebrating him or supposed to be celebrating him for winning the MVP, but this was Shaq's reaction to him winning the MVP.
Joker, as the president of the Big Man Alliance, you are the vice president of the Big Man Alliance. You know I love you, the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you, but congratulations. And what do you guys have to do to get back on track versus Minnesota?
Thank you, Shaq. We don't judge people here, so that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm joking.
Hey, all good. I love you. I love your brothers. One thing we always going to do is keep it real with each other.
Now, me looking at the landscape of basketball, I think SGA should have won it too. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I hope I didn't just butcher his name, but we got so many foreign players in the league now, in the NBA. My favorite sport to play. It's hard for me to announce people's names. Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's so many different people, but I think that he should have won it also because, to me, it's not that big of a difference of what they accomplished throughout the year, and the separation. I know he scored 30 points, but he didn't get the many rebounds and assists like Jokic. Jokic is an amazing basketball player, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with him winning the MVP. But if it would have been my pick, I would agree with Shaq about that. Now, there's people online saying, why did he do that? Why did he say that in his face? Is Shaq bitter? He's always going hard on big men, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. Now he's talking about Nikola Jokic when we supposed to be celebrating him. He up here dissing him, saying he don't deserve the championship. And I seen that a lot on platforms, but I thought that was real what Shaq did. You know what I mean? Because previously on his podcast, he said it. And he don't know if Jokic heard it or not. So he just addressed it to his face in case Jokic may have heard it and he had to say it to him in his face. So to be honest with you, if you follow basketball, y'all probably think Shea deserve it too, man. He a young boy with a younger team, a less established team. He's the most valuable player on his team, on the number 1 seed team in the NBA. I know they beat out Denver by them beating them in the regular season, but it was just close, man. But my preference would have been Shea. Talk to me in the comment section. What y'all thoughts about that? Do y'all think that Shaq was wrong? Do y'all think that Nikola Jokic deserved it, or he didn't deserve it, or Shea deserved it, or who deserved it out of those people? Did anybody else y'all thought deserved it? Now, Shannon Sharpe had to open up his mouth on this platform.
We're never going to see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. He sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years. But see, when you historically great, they talk about you as great basketball player, the GOAT, and Shaq is never brought up. And I think a part of him is envious of that.
When we talk about the greatest basketball players of all time as far as the GOAT conversation, Shaq's name is never brought up in that?
Yeah. It's hard for me to put somebody in the GOAT conversation with 1 MVP. Regular season. It's hard, Gil. So we're going to take somebody with 1 regular season MVP and put him in front of people that got 3, that got 4, that got 5. If Shaq would have had, if he'd had my work ethic, he'd have had 40,000 points.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
You know, Shannon Sharpe was right in the things he said, but when he said if he had my work ethic, you know what I mean? He said if he had my work ethic, he would have had 40,000 points. Shaq said that his work ethic wasn't all of that or whatever, though, but is it the public's? He addressed it. So is it your place to regurgitate it after he said that his work ethic wasn't all that? Kobe said it. Phil Jackson said it. I don't think that it's our place in podcasts to talk about another man's work ethic that is like way more successful than me. It could be natural ability, natural talent, the reason why he's more successful, but I don't think it's my place to judge another man's work ethic because that's his work ethic. What does it have to do with me at the end of the day? To be honest with you. Now, another thing I want to ask y'all, if y'all in the comment section, or if y'all want to comment on this, what matters more? Regular season MVP or playoff MVPs? Shannon Sharpe said he can't make a person the GOAT who only has 1 regular season MVP. But what weighs more, the regular season or the playoffs? Because Shaq got 3 consecutive MVPs in the finals. Does that not mean anything? Real talk. Or am I just wild and am I just tripping? Now, Shaq, he left something on his Instagram. I'm going to read it to y'all. What he had to respond to about what Shannon Sharpe said on his platform on Nightcap. And let's check it out. You took me sticking up for Shay as jealousy a joker. Shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at. Me jealous? Sound like you jealous. I know you trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need people. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 50 and top 75. Google me. And to be quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my work ethic, but according, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. I love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this. Love always. The most dominant big man who ever. Oh, these people can't write. Big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you. And in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. G14 classification. I have it, you don't. Not in my profession. And your GOAT debate, I never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who you should greet me as. The most dominant ever. The apex predator. Salute to Big Shaq, man. Folks coming at Shaq left and right, man. While he dealing with his wife, talking about she never loved him. After he done gave his woman millions. Man, I'll be ready to beef on a track, talk crazy on Instagram too, man. I'm dealing with real life situations and you sitting up here on this podcast using me as content. Crazy. Hey, it's just weird, man, that, you know, I'm going to say something about this podcast thing that be having me tripping from time to time. Men is turning into gossipers, into people who are into the tea. We not we, because I don't want to include myself, and I ain't French talking about some we, because I ain't y'all. And I ain't these people I'm about to speak about. So I'm not going to say we. It's weird watching men talk tea and gossip. Sit up and sit on the screen and talk about tea and gossip. And it's no objectivity to it. It's no knowledge to it. It's just folks talking about other people's lives. The culture different, man. Here's Shannon Sharpe response to Shaq, though.
Yeah, you got more money. Yeah, you're more famous than me. Yeah, you're more well-known. You're going to have way more money than I ever have. But nobody will ever say that I was lazy or I cheated myself. You're the most dominant and you only won 1 MVP. So how dominant were you? My question is, do you believe that you gave everything you possibly could in basketball? Did you train the way you should have? Did you eat the way you should have? Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP. He said on numerous occasions, he wished he had taken it more, he had trained harder and kept his weight under control. But I guess me pointing that out, what he said, I guess he said right. He didn't go hard in practice because he didn't want to get beat up in practice because he's going to get beat up in the game. Deep down, you should be in the top 5, not top 10, because you just said, who else was the most dominant? You said you were the most dominant.
The Shannon Jackson Podcast.
Now, if we want to be fair, Kobe got robbed for MVPs a couple of seasons. LeBron should have 8 MVPs if we just want to be honest. Shaq, those years he lost the MVP and he lost to Steve Nash, he was damn near averaging 35 and 12 rebounds a ball game and still won the championship and was the MVP of the finals that year. The NBA is notorious for getting the MVP wrong. I'm not going to judge Shaq for not winning multiple MVPs in the regular season when it really don't matter. Most people want to win a championship. He got 3 in the finals. Salute to you, big dog. Now, I want to talk about the work ethic part before I get off of this Shaq and Shannon Sharpe conversation. The work ethic part, Shannon Sharpe, right. You know, it's a lot of people out here that's naturally talented. At first, I wasn't a podcaster, or I wasn't one of the greatest rappers, and I wasn't great at doing what I do for a living. But I work hard. I wasn't the most fit individual in the world, but I kept going and I kept being consistent. And Shannon Sharpe is right. A hard worker is always going to win over a person that's naturally talented. You can be naturally talented with a low work ethic, and sooner or later, it's over. It's going to be over for you. So work ethic, diet, and all of that stuff, he has a great point about it, though. But salute to both of them brothers, man. Much love, and I hope that y'all continue to succeed. Now, on a few of these podcasts, I've been playing my song of the week probably around this point, 25, 30 minutes in. But I'm going to save it to the end of the show this time, because I don't want to ruin the flow. I'm feeling good right now. I feel like talking. And with these diss records, like The Game just dropped, I'm not going to play his record because I don't want a copyright strike. I hope that Shaq record don't give me a copyright strike also, but I don't want a copyright strike on my channel. So I just want to talk about it for a minute, and I'm going to play a clip of A Game discussing why he dissed Rick Ross on Joe Budden's podcast this morning. It was released this morning. And The Game called into the show. So I don't know what this stems from. Like, this is a mental health situation to me. I know he's giving the people what they want because people want to hear bars, lyrics, and disses, and you're disrespecting somebody else, and people think that he's doing it for the nature of being competitive. He's just being competitive. For what? Dissing and beefing, it has to be for a reason. It has to, I don't know, it has to have some sort of substance to it. And listening to The Game diss track, I don't know. I don't know. I like the beat when it's switched up. Game can rap. He sounds good. He sounds energetic and alive. But to be taking shots at Ross, I think it's an agenda behind it. And I'm going to break down the agenda. This is an assumption. This is not the truth. This is just an assumption. I seen how during the Kendrick and Drake beef, Game was on Instagram basically saying that he's siding with Drake no matter win or lose. So Drake was getting ganged up on. Ross, Future, Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar. Who else? It was so many people ganging up. A$AP Rocky. He was getting hit left and right. Pause. And The Game was noticing that, and he was looking at, who can I pick out of this that I can take some of the pressure off Drake's back? Pause. And I think he just chose Rick Ross for no reason, because he don't even have no ties to the beef.
They come to the pen and bar for bar and rapping and beef shit. Like, cut it the fuck out, nigga. I really do this. Like,
but Game, everybody knows that about you already. And even before you did this, I tell people on my platform, Game was a real headache to deal with. And he's 6'4" and can record you and fight you at the same time. I say all of that. Like, nobody has this in question. So why are you outside like this?
Because the thing is this,
because you got the itch. Because you got that itch watching this.
I mean, you know what it is. You know what it is. I ain't started my podcast yet, Joe. I'm still in this shit. You know what I'm saying? You left your nigga.
No, you seen these niggas going back and forth. You got that little itch and just wanted to set it on whoever.
Well, wait, now we got you here.
Niggas know what it is with Kendrick. Niggas know what it is with Drizzy. It's all good. We watched a fucking amazing hip hop battle, nigga. One of the best ever, if not the best, just on what it did to the culture. You know what I'm saying? But like a nigga sitting around just trolling, like, nigga, keep that same energy, nigga. Like, niggas want to rap, you want to troll, nigga, let's do it, nigga. Like, bump heads with a nigga that really do this shit.
Do you expect for Ross to reply to you?
Bro, he did reply with a fucking cereal bowl, nigga. Like, I mean, all right, we definitely know, we know you fucking eating. We get it. We see you. We know you eating. But nigga, Louis Vuitton cereal bowls and shit, how do I reply to that? Do I go in my crib and post the Louis Vuitton boxing bag? Punching bag? Like, nigga, is that what we doing?
Do you think that he's gonna reply in like a verse or a song?
Nigga, if he, I don't think it's wise. I think that he might, and if he does, he's done. And if all these fickle ass fucking fans and niggas that say, oh, I don't like Game, he's corny, he's this and he's that, nigga, we get it, nigga. But can Game rap, and will niggas rap against Game?
It's nice that he just want to rap. That's basically what he's saying. I just want to rap. I understand that, but it's basically like he's telling Rick Ross, pick on somebody your own size. Drake, the little homie, pick on me. Pick on somebody your own size. And real talk, I want to say something about hip hop beef. Like it's sort of like me doing podcasts. People think that I don't rap too. Also, it's a lot of people that tell you that I haven't made music. Why do your opinion matter? Why do you voice your opinion? I've been in the studio. I've mixed and mastered some of the best songs I've probably ever heard and don't even know it. And I've rapped with some of the greats and been in the room with some of the greats, the people that y'all respect a lot, man. I done been on a video with Bun B, one of the greatest Southern rappers of all time. 8 Ball MJG, I'm on their album. BG, I done rock with BG, even though we looking for BG right now. Where he at? Rock the stage with Project Pad. Multiple things, but it ain't about me right now. Let me get off me. It's like I'm explaining myself like how Drake did. Rick Ross, man, don't respond. Please don't respond. That's like, if I was Drake, I wouldn't have responded to Kendrick. I'm the top. You down there doing what you supposed to be doing. I'm at the top. If I fall from the top, if I don't have the hundreds and millions, the millions of M's, I'm not going to compete. I'm at the top. Catch up. And I might, you know what I mean, do a verse for you on your song peacefully. But I'm at the top, dog. I'm up. You trying to get, the game is just trying to start something so he can get some heat back. I understand, dog. If I understand that and Ross don't understand that, he throw a little slick shot and his music career is over with, at the game get on him, then that's his fault. Just like Drake, he shouldn't have gotten that battle. That was his fault for even attempting to do that with Kendrick Lamar. When you're at the top, you don't acknowledge the creatures at the bottom. For real. Let's move along in the conversation, man. I was listening to Drink Champs yesterday, Friday. I noticed a artist. Now back to me again. I'm sorry, y'all. This is another artist that I've worked with, hung out with, kicked his ass in Madden. If y'all know him personally and y'all watching the show, share it with him. I put them 49ers on the Chargers' ass when I was playing them. Pause. In Madden. But we're going to talk about MC8. We're going to talk about his podcast, The Gangster Chronicles. And I want to put a clip up of his podcast partner. He had something to say about Nipsey Hussle that really caught my attention. And I think that people from impoverished environments, people from public housing, the ghetto, the projects, they need to hear this. Because once you start making some money, you got decisions to make. If you're going to invest in your community, if you're going to leave your community, if you're going to build and help build it up and try to offer and give people jobs, you need to hear this right here, man. Real spill.
Do you think Nipsey would still be alive if he didn't put that store in the hood?
You want me to answer that first?
Good question.
Yeah, go ahead. Motherfuckers gonna be mad at me, but I keep real. Hell motherfucking yeah. I think, I think it's one of those things, man, to where you dealing with a lot of different dynamics when it comes to the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Nor you from the hood. We all come from similar circumstances around this table, right?
Yep.
You just can't change certain motherfuckers' mindsets, dog.
Right.
You know, but then again, I believe in God, homie. So when it's God's time, it might not have mattered what he was over there in the hood or down here on South Beach walking around somewhere out of sex. You know, if it was his time, it was his time. You know what I mean? I believe in God too, though, bro. But I always wondered that me and the homies would debate that sometimes because I'm the type of dude I don't believe. I think it's just too different. I just come from a place where you can't help everybody, dog. They gonna still find a way to fuck up. You know, you get a homie $20,000, $30,000 to put in on his barbershop, and he fucking around trying to move a package out of town or some shit. Some motherfuckers just ain't gonna do right, dog. So you just gotta be conscious of that shit. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers not gonna do what they supposed to do.
How about you, X?
Nip.
The Shannon Jackson Podcast.
You know, I brought that to the podcast because I hope that helped somebody. I hope somebody heard that and it struck a chord with them, because something that I knew. I lived in the hood for 27 years of my life. Lived in it. And it took a change in the mind. It didn't matter how much money I had, how much influence I had, how popular I was, what I was capable of, how smart I was. It took a change in the mind. If you want to evolve, some people don't even care about evolving. If you want to evolve, it takes a change in the mind. And you have to leave loved ones alone, because they're going to be them and you can't change them. You have to leave friends alone, because they're going to be them and you can't change them. And it ain't your place to hurt the friend. It ain't your place to hurt the family member. Allow them to be themselves. But if what they're content with is not what you want in life, no matter how bad it hurt, no matter how bad it hurt the other person, you got to remove yourself, because you got to let them be them. You can give somebody $1 million. If they don't want to change, they ain't going to change. You can give somebody a whole restaurant and tell them to run it. It's yours. It's yours. I want you to win. It's your business. Get off the street. It'll shut down in 6 months. You can give somebody a barber shop. They just got out of barber school. They got their license and everything. You can go buy them a building and open up the shop for them. It'll close down in 6 months, because that ain't what they want to do. They want to work and have a chair in the barber shop. They don't want to own the barber shop. So with that being said, once I understood that, and I understood that 14, 15 years ago, some people might say that I'm a lame. I don't even want to use no cuss words on this episode. Some people might say things about me that is not favorable of me. But you know what? I know who I am, and I don't have to internalize your perspective of me. Real talk, because I know who I am. And sometimes you got tough decisions to make like that, man. You got to remove yourself from that, because it isn't benefiting you. It's hindering you more than it's helping you. Leave. It's another clip from that podcast that caught my attention, man, because MC8, he's a great artist. He's one of my favorites, but he's not in the top. I ain't gonna put him in the top 10 or the top 20. He made good music that I could relate to at that time. The Death Threats, the album where he was shooting pool on the front of it, his role in Menace to Society, when he was an OG back then in Menace to Society. He was playing the OG to Kane and O-Dog. And he told him, get them niggas, homie. I love that movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. But A-Hype had a beef with DJ Quick. DJ Quick is a hell of an artist, hell of a producer. He mentioned how the beef started. Quick released a mixtape and he was dissing a whole bunch of rappers that was Crips in Los Angeles on the beef. Because, on the record, because Quick was a blood. Now, you know me, I don't care about gang activity. But I'm just speaking on this from a historical hip-hop standpoint. So the beef started because Quick was dissing Crip rappers on the mixtape. 8 said he didn't know nothing about it. But then he released the song, and it wasn't even a response. He was just talking about him doing something quick, and it wasn't even a response to Quick. And he said something about this beef that was interesting to me because I didn't know this.
Yeah, it was treacherous times.
Were you guys the first hip hop artists that were actually beefing, that were actually affiliated? That it was on opposite sides. Obviously, there was not the first.
Well known.
I'm saying on legit. Well known, but on opposite sides.
I think as far as the Crip and Blood, I think we were the first artists on the West Coast and just nationwide who was affiliated, who started beefing. But shit started happening that we couldn't control. It was getting out of hand. Niggas was getting hurt, outside of
neighborhoods and neighborhoods.
Yeah, niggas was beefing and niggas was getting hurt. Somebody got killed.
Yeah, I heard that.
It was treacherous.
How did y'all squash it? How did y'all find it?
Snoop.
Let's get the good side of this.
Snoop called it in. They were doing a show on BET. I think Tavis Smiley.
Yeah, Tavis Smiley. I saw the interview. You and Quick together.
Snoop asked me to go. And then he told me Quick was gonna be there, and he asked me would I show up, and I said, yeah, fuck it, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, y'all didn't see each other prior to that, Tavis?
No.
Holy
shout to Snoop.
Hold on. Because I just watched that Tavis Smiley interview. So you telling me the first time you and Quick saw each other
that was our first time ever meeting face to face.
What's crazy about that to me, as I close the podcast off, is that those brothers never even knew each other. It was just the vibrations from the music that caused that controversy for people to lose their life. That's different, dog. That's different. I don't want to say the word we, like I said in the middle of the podcast, but change your mind, man, as an individual. Heal yourself. Grow. Because all of this foolishness can be avoided and you can live a full life and enjoy life. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I highly appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel, that is new here, that rocks with the boy. And I just salute y'all. Thank y'all, man. Peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. And I'm gone. Chill.
Niggas didn't want me to blow. It was all a dream for sure. Now I'm up and not looking back. Did the racks, now it's deposits. Life is good when you have options. Niggas cap, never been popping. The diamonds ain't real, player, just stop it. All we do is the VV. Shine so bright the lanes can't see me. Been notorious, no biggie, did the Louis. Now I'm in Poochie, yo chick a groupie. Act unruly, niggas goofy, always moody. I'm a dog, call me Scooby. To this game, you niggas newbies at Benny's. I just want sushi. Left the streets when shit got spooky. Kept it real, that was my duty. My team keep Drake's, I told the Uzi. Director of my own movie. Make sure the business runs smoothly. Yours truly been evolved. Beef I had won't be resolved.
Hey man, I got some new shit dropping, man. Summertime, let's go. Appreciate y'all.
I ball like Jordan. 1, 2, 3 used to be the price of a key. Street dreams, I did that looking back, and I'm still that real nigga. That's too official. We peep that y'all artificial. The affiliation ain't beneficial. The case ended in a dismissal. You did the double, I got the triple. Kept my head on the fucking swivel. When I left, shit was crippled. Never been a man in the middle. My life ain't superficial. The streets hot, I made it sizzle. You claim you real, that made me giggle. You niggas paper, way too little. I'm Kyrie, the way I dribble in and out the lane, sip the champagne. Campaign and the team strong. Money talk, that's my theme song. The plug never try to prolong. Every day I got it gone. I'm a starter, you a walk on. And that lame shit, it gets stepped on.
But I like being by myself. Like I like peace and quiet. I like it like I'm a loner, bro. I do better and come up with shit better, and I make money, do a lot of shit. Yeah, I do everything better, bro. Just being by myself. You know what I mean? Like, and that shit kind of like a problem. Like, my hate that shit. Like, bro, why you by yourself? Why you by yourself? Like, I just don't like being around a lot of people.
The Shannon Jackson Podcast.